Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video. I'm running into a lot of conflict with costs of various things. So I did a little bit of statistical analysis of my life, and I discovered, to my amazement, I don't suck at dating. 70% of the time I go on a first date, I do get that second date. And 30% of the time that I go on that first date, I end up with a relationship that approaches something long term. And so it's not that bad. The real crux of the issue is getting that first date to begin with. And unfortunately, it comes at a huge opportunity cost, right? You spend a lot of time asking people, and I've kind of I discovered that eating a lot of celery makes my body smell attractive, but that comes at a huge. I got very sick eating celery today, and also I haven't made a lot of progress in my art projects, in large part because I'm busy eating celery and mingling with coming here to the student union to mingle, and I got very upset yesterday. I normally don't get upset about this. Somebody was cooking fish in the microwave at the campus, and I'm not somebody to usually complain about fish odors. In fact, I used to do that, but I was upset because it drowned out the smell of the celery on my body. But you know what? Fish odors is something that anybody could complain about, so I started complaining about that too. And it just goes to show that nothing really comes for free. And but please pray. Tomorrow I get to go on yet another first date. And the other thing is that I'm paying out huge rewards to people to help me find these dates. Not so much as the first one, but it's still something that I have to think about. And I'm just at a jam right now. I want to be doing what I would love to do and not having to think about this. But part of the reason I went back to the dating scene is that last month I well, not last month, 4 months ago, I got COVID-19, and 2 months ago, I got lead poisoning. I didn't have anybody taking care of me, but you know what happened? I went on these. This is going to be the third first date in a span of only a few weeks. I went on these dates, and guess what? I still have to take care of myself when I'm sick. Like, it's not like earlier today when I was having explosive diarrhea from the celery. It's not like I still have to take care of myself, right? And fortunately, that only lasted 10 minutes, but other times illnesses can last a little bit more than that, right? But you get the idea. Uh, and I, 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 I really I'm really envious of people who don't have to spend time on it. They just get lucky and meet the right person. Maybe they're just out of high school and their first day of college they meet the right person. That's it, right? They never have to spend time dating again, and they got two people to share the costs and all that. I sometimes get envious at that. Not because I'm envious of the relationship, but envious at all the time savings, right? A good part of my life has been spent on that. Either that or the other opportunity costs that come with it, right? Like getting sick with the celery. Although I have to admit, the need to meet somebody has been pushing me to do all these things that I may not have otherwise done, right? Had I met the right person when I was 18 years old, it's doubtful that I would have gotten involved with the art projects, or that I would have pivoted my career, or any number of things, right? It's doubtful that after all, even in the failed relationships, I learned a lot of things, right? So I liken it to the resource of curse, right? That countries that have a lot of resources at their feet, right? They they just have the fortune of living on top of a big pile of oil, of gold, of bismuth, right? Usually don't do too well, right? It's the countries that have to import their bismuth and make good stuff out of it that tend to do a lot better, right? So I liken it to that, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.